dances that we're showing you here today are very contemporary styles of dancing that you would see at your powwows today. One of the things that we'd also like to showcase for you is the different styles of music and even Native American music that you would have seen long ago. So we have a very special person here with us today, and his name is Mr. Ed WindDancer. He's going to be showing you a little bit of his style of the Native American flute. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ed WindDancer.
Hello everyone, my name is Ed WindDancer and I would like to welcome you to Indian Mound Park, located in Inglewood, Florida. And this, where we're standing at, is a shell midden. So this is a place where the native people at that time dumped all their shells, all their trash, and they made a huge big pile here. And when you look at the trees, you're like, wow, look at those big trees. Well, these trees are hundreds of years old. But think about it, they weren't even here when this mound was being created. This mound is thousands of years old, just thousands. It was here before any European people came to visit this place. The reason I chose this area to do a little honoring flute song for the Florida original inhabitants here is because it's history, it's Florida history. And it shows that native people lived here. They were born here. They ate here. And as you can see when you by the shell mound, they ate a lot and had a good time and had lives here. And so this is a place of history, Florida history. And so I like to do a little flute number in honor of the people that had lived here before. And I would like to point out also, when I'm doing this, I want you to think about what the local inhabitants feel about this place. It's been many years since a hurricane has actually hit the Inglewood area. And the local inhabitants believe that it is because of the shell mound here, the midden mound, and the people that lived here a long time ago, that their spirits are still here, and that they push away those big, strong, nasty hurricanes. And that's for true. You come to Inglewood and ask anybody, they'll tell you. So this place is very well respected and very well loved, and I love it too, and I know you will.
Our first dance that we're going to show for you today is known as the men's grass dance, or the Omaha dance. Now this dance was originated in the plains areas, which is around North, South Dakota, on down into Oklahoma. The Omaha people, like I said, were a nomadic tribe, so they would travel, always constantly on the move. Now they would use this dance for scouts to go and find certain pieces of area, certain land that they could utilize. Now what I mean by that is for their ceremonies, their gatherings, and even a place to actually set up their teepees for their villages while they're on the move. Buffalo grass would grow anywhere between 6 to 10 feet tall in the prairie lands. Very, very big, long grass. Now it's almost impossible to actually set up lodges in that kind of environment, so these men had a specific job. After they found that land, they were actually able to stomp that feet down. They were able to stomp that grass down with their feet. Okay, now when they did this style, they didn't know that there was a style that they were actually doing. So they actually started to sing songs while they did it. Now, later on in time, they become known as grass dancers, or became known as the Omaha dance. Now our next style that we're going to show for you today is known as the women's jingle dress dance. Now this dance was created by the Ojibwe people or the Anishinaabe people. Now they actually are predominantly around the Great Lakes area. Now the reason why I say Great Lakes area is because the tribe itself is so big that it inhabits all around the different Great Lakes up north. And we're talking about Michigan, we're talking about Wisconsin, Minnesota, Ontario, all over Canada. The Ojibwe tribe is a very, very big tribe, and they still are today. But they're the ones that created this style that you're about to see. A long time ago, the Ojibwe people didn't have modern day medicine. Just like a lot of Native American people didn't have modern day medicine. So when our people started to get sick, from the flu, whooping cough, these different diseases that our people have never seen before, they were starting to kill a lot of people. They would kill our women, our children, and our elders. So it was a big thing to do a long time ago, to do ceremonies to help those people. The way it kind of came about was that if families needed that healing, they would ask these dancers to come and dance for them. They would ask these dancers to come and dance for them, and they would pray for them, in their own certain ways. The dress that you're going to see here today has cones that are going to be sewing onto that dress. Now there are different ways of making these styles of dresses. One of the most common ways that I was taught to me was that there is about 365 cones that are on the dress to represent each day of the year. 4 more added on to that dress to represent the 4 directions. So the dancer that you're going to be seeing here today, her name is Dakota Shaw. She's from Rosebud, South Dakota, and she is from the Lakota tribe. So ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoy this presentation of the women's jingle dress dance. speak to you a little bit about the drum and the music that you're hearing here today. Now, the style of drum that we're going to be using is known as a powwow style of drum. Now, this drum has been around Native American culture for a lot longer than I know some of these stories. These stories and where this drum comes from, there's many different variations where it comes from. And there's many different tribes that like to stake claim on where this drum actually comes from. Now, you wouldn't be seeing a lot of drums like this long ago because they were so heavy to travel with. You know, the majority of people that use these styles of drums are nomadic plains tribes, so they're always constantly on the move. They would have much smaller drums, like hand drums, being represented when they traveled. Now, singing as well has become very, very popular at our powwows today. You know, there's a lot of different drum groups that are in North America right now, and they all travel to each one of these powwows themselves. Powwow singing has become very, very popular in the powwow world, and it's actually become one of the most lucrative things that you could do at powwows too. Also, it's one of the only events that we have at our powwows that's a team event that could have over 5 people. Typically, you'll see 10, 11, 12 people at a drum singing and harmonizing together. Now, our songs have different meanings. You know, songs to Native American people, they all have meaning. You know, that is a big misconception with Native American people, that we're just singing on a drum or beating a drum, and you always get that Hollywood beat, we like to call it. I can tell you right now, you are not going to hear that beat at any powwow in North America. That beat was solely made from the Hollywood. That's TV tribe, that's movies, cartoons, and comics. When you go to our regular powwows that you see today, you know, our beats are going to be straight. They're going to have round dance beats. They're going to be very similar to something that you could actually dance to, that you could actually have a rhythm with. So the singing that you're hearing here today, all of the songs that we are singing here today are all very appropriate for each one of those styles. Each song that's made from past to present and future all have meaning. They all have a meaning. They all have a place of origin, you know. So if I'm dancing my style of dance, the grass dance, it would have its own styles of songs that we would have to sing. Much like the jingle dress has their own styles of songs. You would sing women's songs for those songs. You would sing healing songs for that kind of dance. You know, depending on what you're doing and what you're doing it for, would depend on what type of songs that you would sing. So every single song that we have made has a purpose and it has a meaning. So it's very important to understand that we're not just singing any regular songs for each one of these styles that you're seeing here today. The next style of dance that we want to show for you guys today is a specialty style of dance. Now, I'd like to invite a good friend of mine who's going to come up here and talk to you a little bit more about his style of dancing. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cody Bedner.
Hello, Stongo. My name is Cody, and today I'll be performing a dance that is known as the hoop dance. The Native American hoop dance actually originated from a tribe known as the Pueblo, and they were a tribe that came to us from the southwestern part of the country, Arizona and New Mexico. Now, the way it was explained to me is the hoop dance was a dance that was originally a prayer style of dancing. It was also known as a story style of dancing. Long ago, these hoops were made of wood, the willow branches, and they would take these hoops and they would use these hoops and manipulate them to make different designs. And so, every single dancer would also use a different number of hoops because of that. So today I'm going to be using 14 hoops. If you watch close, you're going to see many different things in this style of dancing. You might see what looks like a bird, or a butterfly, or a flower. If you look close, you might even see some type of lizard, or a turtle. It really all depends on your imagination while you're watching this style of dance, and your own interpretation of what this story is about. One of the designs that I will do in this style of dance is the globe, the world. This world is our home, and it gives us everything that we need in order to survive. Now, another thing that I was taught in this style of dancing is that this hoop also represents the different people all around the world, and it represents our life. If you think about this hoop right here, our lives will start at the bottom here, and we'll go through our lives. We're born at a certain point right here, and we'll go through this hoop here. We'll go through our lives, and we'll learn more things. We get to this point right here, and maybe we start to build a family. Maybe we have some kids of our own. And then maybe you'll get to this point right here, and now you have all these people that are looking to you for advice. You'll go through your life and keep going. And if you start to make it to this point right here in your life, this is old age right here. And if you get to become an elder, they say that you are nearing the completion of your circle, of your life. Eventually, when you die, you'll complete that circle. Your body will go back to the earth, and your body will be used to help other things grow, the grass. And the animals will eat the grass, and other animals will eat those animals. And so that circle will continue on and on and on. The style became very, very popular around the turn of the century. And today, there are many hoop dancers who use different number of hoops. It has become so popular that it has generated its own world championship hoop dance competition. So as you're watching this style of dance, look for those different designs and look for that ball at the end, which completes that story. It's also important to note that it doesn't really matter how many hoops you use. What really matters in this style of dance is how many different designs you make while doing this style of dancing. I really hope that you enjoy the style of dancing. Again, this is known as a Native American hoop dance.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you liked that presentation of the Native American hoop dance. Now, Cody did not mention to you that he is actually the 2019 World Hoop Dance Champion. So we'd like to thank Cody once again for being out here to display some of the most amazing style of dancing you're going to see at our powwows today. So thank you so much, Mr. Bittner. Before we get into our next style of dancing, we are going to ask Mr. Ed WindDancer to actually perform another one of his songs. So ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ed WindDancer.
You know, there's another nice thing about the Indian Mountain Midden Park right here is that it has a lot of eagles. Eagles are everywhere here, and we have the bald eagle here, and it's really great to come and see them as they fly into the trees and fly over Lemon Bay. And so I'd like to do a song about the eagles, and so as I play the song, I want you to be like an eagle if you can. Imagine yourself soaring in the breeze like we have today. You see the leaves moving? We have a beautiful breeze. So, become that eagle in your heart and spread your mighty wings and I want you to just take off from here. And as you do, catch that breeze. You're going to fly high above the park here, above the mounds. You're going to be right out here at Lemon Bay, and you're going to soar over all that beautiful water. And so this is a song for all the eagles here, and it goes like this. Thank you very much for the Eagles.
Now the next style of dance I want to show for you today is known as the men's traditional dance. Now this style is a warrior style of dance, and I'm actually going to have our friend, Mr. Ed WindDancer, perform and speak about this style of dance. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ed WindDancer.
Well, Otter, I want to thank you for that nice introduction you gave on the dancing part over here in Inglewood, Florida. Today we're at Indian Mountain Park, beautiful Shell Mitten. You should come and visit it. We're going to do a dance today here on the park. I want you to look at the beautiful scenery that we have around here to do this dance. You can just imagine the original inhabitants here dancing and having a lot of fun and having their ceremonies, everything. They had a wonderful life here. And so I'm dancing to celebrate their life here at this place, this beautiful place in Inglewood. What I have for you today is a dance. It doesn't originate from here. It originates out from the Plains area, and it's called a sneak up dance. It actually originates out in the Plains. The dance represents the warrior societies when they would come together and they would ask the village to come and they would dance for the village. And the warriors would show them in the dance the things they do through the art of pantomime, storytelling, how they protected the village against the enemies, how they hunted and got the game for the village. Beautiful dance, and I hope you enjoy it. Sneak up dance goes like this.
my name is Amber, and this is Alana, and we're going to be performing the women's fancy shawl dance. This dance is more of a newer dance, a contemporary dance. It's a more athletic, a lot of agility, fancy footwork. The shawls that we wear on our back, and as we dance, it kind of resembles a bit of a butterfly, and you'll kind of notice the flying and the fluttering as we dance. We also wear moccasins and leggings, and we usually wear a cape on our back. Again, this is the fancy shawl dance, and my name is Amber, and this is Alana. All right, so this is the grass dance. The grass dance originated in the plains area or region. The dance resembles the grass swing in the plains, or the grass swing. In the olden days, the grass dancers would come out first and they would dance and they would stomp down the grass to make an arena or make an area for the dancers to dance. So as he's dancing, you'll notice the cloth or the yarn or the fabric that sways on his outfit as he dances. The grass dancers also wear a roach on their head with feathers, and they wear moccasins and their aprons and their cape. So this is AJ, and he's going to be doing the grass dance. This is Ariana, and she's going to be doing the women's jingle dance. This dance originated with the Ojibwe people. It's also known as the healing dance or healing dance. The dancers wear rolled metal cones on their dress, and as they move, you can hear the jingle sound. Again, this dance and the dress is known as a healing dance among our people, and so it is a very special dance. She carries a fan in her hand. She's a contemporary jingle dress dancer. And as she dances, you'll notice different times when she'll raise her fan during the honor beats. So this is Ariana, and she'll be doing the jingle dress dance.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being a part of this event. There's a lot of things that's going on in the world right now, and as much as we'd like to be there in person to show you and to talk with you, because I know there's just so many different questions that you might have about some of our family, about the history of our Native American culture, our actual regalias, what different things mean, the different dances. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys for participating in this virtual program. It's our honor to be here to dance for you, to sing for you, and to educate just a little bit about our culture. Now, if you ever have the time to go to a powwow, then please, I recommend you go and see some of the different diversity that is here in the United States and in Canada. And it's very important for us to actually get rid of some of those different stereotypes that constantly are always evolving around Native American people, and even till today. So it is our pleasure to be here to actually educate you just a little bit and to show you some of our different beautiful culture that we have here today. There really is no word for goodbye in our languages. A lot of different Native people and a lot of different Native communities and cultures, we like to actually say that we would see you again. We'll see you again down that road in our powwow community or somewhere down in the road of life. So I just want to say take care and God bless and stay safe out there. And thank you so much once again for being a part of Native Rhythm.